Dear journalist friends, good afternoon and welcome to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs regular press conference. First, I have an announcement. At the invitation of the government of the Arab Republic of Egypt, President Xi Jinping's special envoy, Minister of Culture and Tourism Sun Yeli, will attend the opening ceremony of the Grand Egyptian Museum on November 1st. Please ask your questions.
Thank you. Shenzhen Satellite TV direct news reporter's question. According to reports based on Paraguay's latest poll this month, 58.3% of Paraguayans believe establishing diplomatic relations with China is very important, and 29.8% believe it is important, totaling nearly 90%. Several Paraguayan legislators are calling on the Paraguayan government to establish diplomatic relations with China and sever ties with the Taiwan authorities. What is China's comment on this? Thank you.
China has noted the relevant reports. In recent years, we have repeatedly heard strong calls from friends in various sectors of Paraguay for developing relations with China. The relevant polls once again show the Paraguayan people's eager anticipation for establishing diplomatic relations between China and Paraguay. We want to emphasize once again that China's reunification is an unstoppable historical trend. Maintaining so-called diplomatic relations with the Taiwan authorities not only does not align with the fundamental and long-term interests of Paraguay and its people, but also runs counter to the widespread consensus of the international community on the One China principle. We advise the Paraguayan government to heed the voice of the people, change course as soon as possible, stand on the right side of history, and make the correct decision to recognize the One China principle while severing so-called diplomatic relations with the Taiwan authorities.
From AFP, following his meeting with Xi Jinping earlier today in Busan, South Korea, Donald Trump said he would visit China in April of next year. Can the Foreign Ministry confirm this, as well as a possible timeline for Xi Jinping to visit the United States next year at Trump's invitation?
Regarding the meeting between the Chinese and US presidents, China has already released a press release, which you can refer to. The two leaders agreed to maintain regular contact. President Trump looks forward to visiting China early next year and invites President Xi Jinping to visit the United States.
Next question.
Korean, a question from the Korea Jungang Daily. Yesterday, during the South Korea-USA summit, the two leaders discussed cooperation to advance this submarine, and today, President Trump stated he will approve the recent sanctions by China on this Hanwha Chochang construction at the shipyard.
What is China's comment on this? China has noted the relevant situation. China hopes that South Korea and the United States will earnestly fulfill their nuclear non-proliferation obligations and do things that promote regional peace and stability rather than the opposite. We want to emphasize that China adheres to the path of peaceful development, pursues a defensive national defense policy and a good neighborly foreign policy, ultimately serving as a pillar of regional peace and stability.
Next question.
Question from Reuters. The United States has said that China has agreed not to implement its proposed rare earth controls. Could you give us more details about what was agreed? And will China just be pausing the new rules that were implemented in October? Or were the controls introduced in April also included in the recent deal? Thank you.
The Chinese side has already released a news bulletin on the China-US presidential meeting, which you can refer to. During the meeting, President Xi Jinping pointed out that the economic and trade teams of both countries had an in-depth exchange of views on important economic and trade issues and reached a consensus on resolving the issues. Both teams should quickly detail and finalize the follow-up work to maintain and implement the consensus well. Next question.
Thank you. Question from REA Novosti. United States President Donald Trump has said he has ordered nuclear weapons tests to be conducted on an equal basis with other countries that allegedly have nuclear testing programs.
He added that the United States has the largest nuclear arsenal now, but China can catch up with the United States in 5 years. What's China's comment on this? Thank you.
China hopes the United States will earnestly comply with the obligations of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty and its commitment to suspend nuclear tests, taking concrete actions to uphold the international nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation system and maintain global strategic balance and stability.
Question from Air Bloomberg. Bloomberg has reported that the G7 nations are set to announce a critical minerals production alliance to counter China's dominance of the market. Does the Foreign Ministry have any comment? Thank you.
China's regulation and improvement of the export control system align with international practices, aiming to better maintain world peace and regional stability and fulfill international obligations such as non-proliferation. We urge the Group of Seven to genuinely adhere to market economy principles and international trade rules, stop using small group rules to undermine the international trade order, and jointly maintain the stable development of the world economy.
Next.
Your question.
Thank you. Another one from REA Novosti. U.S. President Donald Trump said earlier that U.S. and Russia are discussing denuclearization, and if the two sides make any progress on the issue, China could be added to the discussion. What's your comment? Thank you.
Regarding the issue with the Taiwanese military, China's position is consistent and clear. Next question. Are there any other questions? All right, today's press conference ends here. Thank you, everyone.